Hey, it's Clark36, and we are going to review a new game. This is between simon33, I believe it is, and AndrewAAgamer, but this time Andrew is the allies. He doesn't do that a lot, so I wanted to see some good stuff. Let's check it out. So I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of the same stuff from the German player. I do know that there was some questionable decisions early on from the German player, so that does, alter things, make, the situation a little easier for the allies to win. And of course, the big one, of course, is that the allies get $60. So let's see where he placed this stuff, and I'm just going to do this one at a time. Keep you all interested. Okay, so here is the bids. Right panel. One IPC goes to Russia. One infantry to China and Yunnan. The British purchase with their $60, part of the $60, one carrier, one fighter, 4 subs. 171, 17110, 17106, 17111. One carrier in 98. One fighter in Scotland. One sub Anzac in Season 62. That's it. Okay, so we're going to move into the attack. Pretty normal stuff. Doesn't look at... okay, the air in there is unusual. Huh. I don't know why anybody would do that. Okay, so we buy 4 artillery, 1 destroyer, and 2 infantry. Okay, so that's a medium build, right? So wants to maintain that navy. I'm assuming he's going to do a 112, sort of combine his forces in 112 if he can. Alright, so the attack into France goes okay. And the French roll back and they get poor dice with the 2s. And those are terrible dice for the Germans. And the French get okay dice. Alright, so total casualties, I can't quite see down the end. 5 German infantry would be a pretty small amount. He attacks with 2. I believe the guy submerged. Yeah, the Brit submerged sub. Interestingly enough, he did not fight that. Let's check out. I just want to look at the first round of combat. So 1 hit. And he lets it go. Okay. And then here he submerges, I think, everywhere. 110. The point of this is to still have a navy, I think. The guy I mentioned said, hey, look, he could have taken down an airplane. And it's like, no, I didn't want an airplane. I wanted to have the sub. Okay, so, yep. All right, and then you go, it should be a 1 casualty. Okay. And sending the planes down against the Trento raid, and then bringing all the forces back to Western Germany, and not going to 112. Nope, it's going to stay 113. Non-com Finland puts the sub up in 126. 6. Huh. I don't think I've seen that before. And the artillery in Germany. Yep, sure. All right. Oh, and there was a bounce. There was a bounce, a Yugo bounce. Okay. And they get $66. A little short. Usually it's 60. But still have infantry left going into France, and leaves 111 alone. And of course, the submerged subs stick around. Okay, let's open up and see what the Russians do. I'm assuming turn 1 there wouldn't be a lot of differences, but I could be wrong. Let's check it out. No combat, obviously. Let's go up again, and here we go. What does he do? All right, okay, so I assumed that he would have bought all infantry, max infantry. He did not. Interesting. I assume he's going to move off the front. He does. He staggers that so that Leningrad can't be attacked. Okay, so this sub move is to not join 111, but to just keep that sub alive. All right, major force in Belarus, but some in West Ukraine and Bryansk. Okay, he draws back to Buryatia. 3 reinforcements in Novgorod, 3 in Ukraine, and 2 in Volgograd, and 4 in Russia. And the planes stay in Moscow. Huh. I could not have anticipated that, honestly. I don't understand the planes in Moscow. So I'm assuming there's genius behind that. Obviously, they could still go places east, depending on how serious. Okay. Looks like he did a J1, which is AndrewAAgamer's favorite way to go. So maybe he's aping that strategy, or maybe it's his own. Certainly not mine. But I'm not much of an Axis player. As you know, I'm Allied Headquarters. And find it somewhat distasteful to play the Axis. Alright, so we are at war with the Axis. Axis is at war with all the Allies. Alright, so takes over French. Yeah. Attacks Yunnan. Yeah. He did not place the Russian fighters there, so Yunnan is gettable. Hunan, Guangdong, and Borneo. And Philippines. Alright. Okay. And yeah, Anway, yep. And let's see here. Japanese win the naval battle. And poor dice for the Japanese. Excellent dice for the Americans. Yikes. Poor dice for the Japanese. Excellent dice. Incredible dice for the Americans. Yikes. That's it's hard. But he needs to take it. So total losses right here. 4 for 3. That's amazing. Okay. Yunnan, obviously, we think it's going to go well. No. Wow. Look at that. The Japanese lost 5. Oh my goodness. He is getting some terrible dice. Alright, easy walk into Hong Kong. And Hunan goes well, but he does. Oh my goodness. He loses 2. Wow. That is That is some amazing round. Bad dice for the Japanese, or good dice for the Americans. The Allies, however you want to say that. Wow, lots of air casualties. And we're going to fortify south, on way and then north from Korea into Manchuria. He's going to protect that transport with an aircraft carrier, I assume. Yep. And a cruiser or battleship. I don't know which that is. I think it's a cruiser. Cruiser. Okay, let's keep going. And fortifies both Philippines and then drops a factory into Kiangsu, which is near Shanghai, I believe. Okay. Just below J-Hole, if you're Shangtung, just below Shangtung. Okay, so drops the two transports, so he's covering all of his transports with a spread out navy. So no bald fist here. All right, so that was the and one lost brigade blockade with $37 coming in. Okay, let's see what our hero does with the Americans. Invade plan the Americans is my hero. So let's see. Purchase non-coms. No combats. Turn complete. And I'm just going to keep going to Chinese. And getting a little sleepy here during my lunch break at UPS. Seeing if I can get through this. Ooh, battle. Battle 96. Battle 97. That looks intense. Place units. Don't peek. Alright, let's go up there and see what happened. Okay, so we trigger all the factories upgrading. And what does he buy? 2 carriers, 1 transport, 1 destroyer. So I'm surprised about the transport, I'll admit. I'm usually buy pointy things the first few turns. Okay, so he is going to gather in 54. And even bring the bomber down south. Okay, so target Money Islands as quickly as possible and build up in Hawaii. Okay, and he is going to bring in transport, loaded transport. He brings the cruiser into the Pacific, activates Brazil, places units all in the Pacific, and that's up with $77. All right, let's, nothing spectacular. I wonder where he put that Philippine airplane. Oh, it's dead. Interesting about the the bomber going to New Zealand. But other than that, so obviously we could see here that he could lose 54, but I'm assuming he's going to gather everything there, and only what's in Philippines, the Sea of Philippines, would be able to make it. But it's still somewhat of a risk. Let's see if he blocks it or something. I doubt if he will. I think he's probably sees 3 scrambling fighters as well as this stuff. All right, let's keep going. Shenzi moving south. People normally do. There's the mailman. And, okay, so he is not garrisoning Yunnan. He is falling back, garrisoning Sichuan. 3 artillery. Not, I would have thought infantry. But he purchases artillery. Okay, so let's see what he does. It's $17. Okay, so then destroyer from 109 takes out that sub and the bomber. Okay, so are we doing Taranto? He is doing Taranto. Looks like is that a weak Taranto? He does scramble 3 units. Wow, we have a full-on battle right there. Okay, there was a hit in the first round. Some goes down. Bomber. Okay, so first round of comp, the British win. And there's 2 less German subs. 96 is to hit, and he gets a miss. So 96 is swept aside. Okay, here we go. All right. Pretty good hits from the British. Poor hits from the Italians. No, wait. Yes, poor hits from the Italians. He damages the aircraft carrier. That means he's got to kind of lose 2 fighters. Continues on. And I believe he finishes the battle right here. And then he does get one more hit, which is going to be the carrier's lost. So it's going to be the wait. Oh, he was able to throw away a carrier because he had an extra carrier. I see. And the battle score is 43. Because he had the extra carrier, $16. He only lost really $10 of the original money, which is a pretty good deal. Okay, and that is almost time for me to go. Okay, so he's going to land in Syria. Not a bad... Let's see if he actually does that. No, he does not, because of the... Okay, whoa, Greece. He's going to activate Greece? Oh my goodness. Did not see that coming. Wow. Okay. Didn't do Horn. It did activate Persia. Did bring the battleship to 54. Sub to 92. Did not really move forward into Burma. No. Okay. Let's see how this ends up. I'm not sure how this ends up. Okay, he's thinking about it. Bomber in Iceland. Huh. Oh, and he moves up there too. Never didn't see that fighter. He anticipated it. Okay. He did decide to do Greece. And he did not do Horn. He did do Persia. And factory in Egypt and 5 infantry in UK. Ends with 33, 38 because he has original territories, and then 5 in India. Collects 10, places 5. By the way, doesn't buy all infantry, buys the next 2. Alright, I am going to zoom through these, see what happens. I don't have a lot of time here. Oh golly, there's a lot of battles. I don't know if I can do this. Wow. Impressive amount of battles. Gotta go. Non-com moves for Anzac. Alright, let's go up. I think I missed one. Okay, politics. Let's go here. I did want to take a look at that a little closer. He does... Oh, he's going to do the attack. Oh, wow. No, he's not. Take out the French. Yep. Kenya, yes. Takes Hugo. Southern France, yes. Oh, hate when they take Gibraltar. And then little blitz into Alexandria and combines forces. All right. Okay, wins and Hugo. Oh, good defense by the French. And collects 12, despite the blockade. All right, and the Anzac troop steps in. He buys 1 sub. And I'm assuming, oh, he's going to trigger the national objective bonus, and he's going to move everything up to 54 and a full scramble. Places a sub. Love the sub purchase. Save $4, $19 altogether, $24 altogether. Super duper. The French go into Belgium. Nice. And strengthens the fleet. It says 76, and moving the French guy down toward Egypt and back toward Morocco. And forward to French. And that is it. I just want to take a look at the British situation real quick. So he did have to leave something open. With all this strenuous movement here, he did have to leave 1 spot open, and that was Gibraltar. But he does have those forces to get it back with, so that's nice. And the German ships are not able to help out because they're in the Baltic. So, looks strong. Looks strong. I don't know where he's going with the Greece. Activate those troops. And stays home. Stays home in India as well as collects in Malaya. All right. And then collects in 54. Okay. Modesty. I've talked about that before, how these games are modest games and humble efforts, doable, and that's correct. 36 reviewing Simon versus AndrewAAgamers, where Andrew is the allies.